Welcome to Westfarthing Woodworks. In this video we're going to show you how to drill the opening in the ring blank so that way you can get the ring on your finger. Obviously that's the most important part. It's got to fit on your finger well. We already discussed different drills and things like that in order to make that opening, and now we're actually going to go ahead and drill it. So let's bring you over to the bench and we'll show you a couple of different options for drilling the ring blank. There are two different methods to drilling the ring blank. One of them is to use a drill press, the other is to use a hand drill. Now, I think most folks are going to have a hand drill, so that's the way that it's going to be explained here. However, if you do have a drill press, just put a piece of scrap on it first, then put on the ring blank. Use a hold down on the drill press to hold this piece so that way it doesn't move, and just drill directly through it. Make sure to use a hold down, because if you're holding it by hand like this, it can grip and it can spin on you and it can cause damage to your fingers. One of the most important things to do is to use the scrap of wood beneath when you're drilling. And the reason for that is when the drill goes through a piece of wood and it comes out the other side, it has a habit of pushing those fibers out as it does it. So you really don't want that to happen, because then you're going to have to do a whole lot of extra sanding on the faces, and that's going to end up reducing the thickness of the ring, or it's going to end up making one of the faces look a little thinner than the other one, and that's really not what you're going for. So use the scrap, it'll control that blowout, and it'll keep the ring blank looking the way that you intended it to look. So, put the scrap on the bench. Again, it has to be something that you're willing to lose, because we're going to put some holes in it. Go ahead and put the blank on there, and then just using a bar clamp, grab it and secure it, and make sure to ratchet up quite a bit of pressure on that clamp, because we do not want this to move. Chuck the appropriate drill bit into the drill, which again is based on the sizing, and that was discussed in the previous video, and place it on the ring blank, and just check that there's at least about 1/4 inch of room on all sides, so that way you have a little bit of room to work when you're actually working the blank and turning it or sanding it by hand and working it to final size. So the other thing to make sure is to check that the drill is nice and perpendicular to the piece. You want to try to drill as straight of a hole as possible, and then we just turn on the drill, go all the way through the blank and into the bottom board just a little bit. Alright, I saw some of the pine come out of there at the end. One of the other things too, I had my drill set on just a little bit too weak of a break there. So make sure you have the drill set so that way it doesn't stop like that. But I see some pine, and I know for sure that I made it all the way through. I can actually smell it too. Unclamp the ring blank, knock off the dust, and just kind of inspect the hole. Make sure that there's at least 1/4 inch all the way around it. And at this point you can take it over to a bandsaw, or you can use a handsaw to just go ahead and cut out the portion of it that you'll need, again leaving about 1/4 inch on all sides. But this ring blank is drilled, and at this point it'd be ready to either finish by hand or turn on the lathe. This is Westfarthing Woodworks, and this was how to drill the blank on a standard drill or drill it with a drill press.